Perfect. Perfect. Perfect.
So the Philadelphia 76ers pulled off a good win last night against the Miami Heat. Guys did what they had to do. I feel like we handled business. Second one in a row over the Heat. Obviously, they were defeated. They did not have a lot in their arsenal. And I thought the Sixers, especially with guys coming back from being sick, they did what they had to do. They did what they had to do. I thought we handled it well. I gave guys their credit in my postgame show last night. But again, as soon as I mentioned Ben Simmons, it feels like this entire fan base is split right now. We don't even need an intro, man. We're just going to hop right into it. This entire fan base is split on Ben Simmons. I feel like it's a whole nother Carson Wentz situation coming, and people have been asking me and DMing me, what are your official thoughts? Can you make a video talk? You know, we're just going to have a conversation, a critical conversation today on how I feel about Ben Simmons and this team moving forward, because I feel like most Sixers fans, probably 85%, have jumped off ship, especially with the whole Harden thing. They wanted him out of here, and they still want him out of here, and they're not seeing enough. And then you got the people that always like him. You're always going to have these two sides. Just another Philly problem, but it's time for me to give my thoughts on this. Now, before we get into this, one thing I do ask, if you are sensitive, if you were raised to not be able to handle a debate, if you are just going to keep your blinders on no matter what your opinion is, and you're stuck in your way, and you don't want to hear the other side of it, just click that little X button on the video. Just get out of here. I need a real conversation with the real Sixers fans here today, that are actually going to welcome the other side, because I've been trying to look at this level-headed, and I know you guys are as well. Well, at least some of you guys. So it is time to talk about it here today. If you have made it this far in the video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell. Thank you guys for all your support, and it's time to talk about Ben Simmons. Now, last night on my video, I gave Ben Simmons credit, and on the other hand, I'm still saying I want to see more from him on the offensive side. There's people coming in my live stream, oh, you've been bashing Ben all week. Listen the hell up, all right? Ben Simmons is my guy. I don't know how many times I have to say that. I've been on the Ben train since the day he was drafted. #1 overall. I remember where I was at, what I was doing, and this has been my guy, and I've been supporting him to the end of my lens for years and years now. And even before this, like, I have been all about Ben Simmons. And if you've been here on the channel, you know that. I am a Ben guy. But I think we have to distinguish something first and foremost. There is a difference between hating on a player and wanting to see the most out of your player based on their potential, based on what you know they can do. Ben Simmons is 7 feet tall, fast as heck, has every physical attribute, and as of right now at 24 years old, like I continually say, can do anything the guy wants, except one on the court. And that one thing is very essential to being a solid basketball player, and that's shooting the ball. That's shooting the ball. And look, here's the thing. Our expectation levels are different. And that is why all this argument comes up. That's why all this debate comes up, and why everybody is torn every which way right now on Ben Simmons. The expectation level is different. If I could come down and just accept that this guy is just going to be a defender and a facilitator, then you know what? Everything would be fine. But no, I'm not going to settle for less. Ben Simmons has everything in his power to be great. Everything. And I'm sorry, but I am not going to be satisfied. Look, the #1 overall thing, and listen to me closely, I don't give a damn how this team wins. If we were to go to the finals and Danny Green puts up 60 a night and we win every game and sweep the Lakers, I'm happy. I'm happy. The #1 goal, we all have to realize as Sixers fans, we all got to come together and realize the #1 goal is to win. Last night we won the game. But now we weren't playing a team that was really good, but we have to realize that it is about winning. Look, at the end of the day, I just want to win a championship. In my young life, I've seen the Phillies win one. I've seen the Eagles win one. And those are just moments you never ever forget. Those are some of the most special moments of your life. There's nothing more that, however we get it done, there's nothing more I want than to go down Broad Street, having fun, making a vlog, celebrating with fans, winning hoisting a banner, seeing Joel Embiid hoist the Larry O'Brien screaming, process, process. I mean, there's nothing more I want than that. And if we were just some average team, I wouldn't give a damn. But I know the potential of this team, and I think this is our window right here. That's why I'm being hard on these guys. That's why I want guys to go to their maximum level. I've said from last year to this year, it is night and day. Doc Rivers has had a tremendous impact on this team. Guys are growing, maturing, and that's another thing. This year has been about maturity, and I said it from the jump. Joel Embiid is matured. He looks like MVP Embiid. Shake's gotten better. Tobias Harris looks like all-star Tobias. Seth Curry was putting up 20 a game before he went out. Every guy seems to be improving, but Ben Simmons on the offensive end seems to be the same player. Now he's facilitating. Ben Simmons still brings a lot of value to the team, and that's why this is hard, because he's such an excellent defender. He's such an excellent rebound. He does everything well except one. And that's the problem we're having. There's different expectation levels. Some people think the guy can go forever just doing what he's doing. He can be a serviceable player, but I am not going to just settle for that. When we tanked an entire year. We changed the landscape of the NBA to get this player, to get this guy number 1 overall. And you know what? It is not every day and every year in the league that you get the possibility of having guys with the caliber of Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid on the same team. We have them. We have the right support system. And all I care about is winning. And I know in the long term, I love Ben's play, but he's going to have to do more offensively. You know, I was one of those guys where it's like, I'm just going to support Ben. I love what he's doing. But at this point, I'm not seeing a lot of progression. And the number one thing that does piss me off is that I know he can be great. We know he can be great. I've had this channel for a little over a year. I've been saying it since I started. Ben Simmons has a jump shot. He just won't shoot. And I think some of you need to get that through your head. I'm not bashing the guy. Again, there's a difference between wanting to see your guys do the best things, be the best version of themselves. And for me, it's personally, I don't give a damn how many points Ben scores, but I know him shooting opens up his entire game, opens up the floor even more than it is right now. And like I said yesterday, this isn't a must-win year, but if Ben can keep the defense honest and he can pull them out, imagine them trying to double team and be down in the post in the playoffs. You can kick it out to Ben, who might hit an occasional three or can swing it over to one of the other shooters. It opens up this entire offense, and it's in the best interest of the team. That is what you have to get through your head. Like I said, we have to cherish this time, because it's not every day that you get a situation like this where you have two stars that can absolutely dominate. And that's the next thing. Star. We drafted this guy number 1 overall. Listen to me. In the last 10 drafts, or just ever, who has drafted a guy number 1 overall and said, we are drafting him so that he can facilitate and play defense, and that's it? No! When you draft the guy number 1, it's on potential. Ben has shown a jump shot before earlier in his life. He's scored the ball at will. He's had games where he's put up 30 in the NBA without a jump shot. Look, I am not asking this guy. Some Sixers fans are. I'm not asking this guy to be Damian Lillard yet. No. I'm not asking him to shoot 8 for 12 from the field, from 3-point range. No. All I'm asking is, when you are driving, right? You're driving and you're open from the elbow and they're backing up, just at least look at the rim for once. Just look at the rim. Just try. Just take a shot. You know what I mean? I'm not asking this guy to create off the dribble yet, even though I think he will have to, whether he's a point guard, a forward, whatever. Point forward, which I think he is. But I'm just asking him to be aggressive, and if the shot is there, if it's open, just take it. Yesterday, I commended Ben because he took an open three. He didn't hesitate. He was open. He took it. But a shot every 4 games is not the same. I want to see this guy 2 to 3 a night. I want to start off with that. Like, even if it's a mid-range shot, just try it. We're not asking you to make, that's what I'm saying, man. And it opens up this team so much better. Just take the shots. It's okay. Like that, Ben taking a shot, I'm not going to settle for less for him just being a serviceable vet throughout his career. I'm not. I'm really not. In addition to drafting number 1 overall, you draft the guy to score the ball at will. You bring him in. This isn't football where you have a defensive tackle, number 1 overall, to come in and impact your defense. No, this is the NBA. 5 players on the court. You got to come in and you're asked to score. It is what it is. That's the modern day NBA. Now, the other thing is the contract. Name me a guy in the NBA right now who is a star on his team being paid a max contract to just facilitate and play defense. There is none. When you think about Steph and Clay, when you think about, I don't know, Kawhi and PG, LeBron, AD, the list goes on. Dame and CJ, for example, these guys are asked to score. That's what, when you think of star, that's what it is. Now, if Ben was never paid a max contract, maybe we would think different. If Ben wasn't one of the main two stars on his team, maybe we would think different. But when you think of a team which nowadays pretty much has to have two stars to compete, that is what we think of. That is why we want Ben to at least try to score the ball. And I'm not even asking, like I said, I'm not asking him to put up 30 a game yet. He's averaged, 16 throughout his career. He's averaging 12 points this year. He's facilitating well. He's getting guys open, which I agree. But look, he's around the same average of 8 assists. And I love every part of his game. And part of it is on Doc as well. And people have made that point to me, and I agree. You know, I understand day one coming in and not saying right away, you got to shoot 7 threes from the field. You got to do this, do that. But now we're getting 10, 15 games into the season. I want to see some progression. And that's fair of me as a Sixers fan. It just is. Doc Rivers, he said it in an interview with Stephen A. He said, well, eventually in the long term, he's going to have to shoot it. He is. And I agree with that. But we can't have these games where it's just lousy performances. But yeah, Doc's got to get him in the right situation too. But just as a star, I would just feel like now that we have the right system, he would take it upon himself. When you look long-term on this team, yes, we have not played any of the big dogs this year. Look, don't get me wrong. Doc has done a swell job. I absolutely love it. Guys are maturing, coming into their own. They're very comfortable in this system. And we're playing great basketball when we are healthy. We pretty much should only have 2 losses. But when we play the big dogs and when we get to the playoffs, I'm sorry, I've seen it excluding last year because Ben didn't play, but the 2 years before, Brad Stevens and Nick Nurse, playoff coaches, what did they do? They put pressure and Ben was completely taken out of the equation and had to rely on the dunker spot and rolling to the rim. No, you're a star. You're going to have to do more in the playoffs. And now that we have these shooters, Ben just has to keep the defense honest. Look, I don't know about you guys, but I'm not 100% positive yet that Danny Green and Seth Curry are going to shoot the way they are right now in the playoffs. I would like to think so. I want to see how they continue this season, but I'm not going to say every night in the playoffs they're going to be able to knock down. And when the shooters aren't able to knock down, who do you call on? The stars. I know Embiid's going to show up, but if Ben can just at least attempt a shot, well, they're not going to be able to double and triple team Joe as much, and that's going to open him up as well. And I know Doc has centered the offense around Joe, but Ben has to contribute more as well. I mean, I think Doc's getting him in the right situation. We're spacing the floor well. I love it, but Ben still has to want to do more. He has to want to do more. And all these people coming at me, oh, I'm a Ben hater. Oh, I'm going to hit the dislike because you're flippy floppy. Whatever, bro. Go ahead. I'm giving my take. We all have an opinion. And if you're too soft and you can't have a debate about this, again, like I said earlier, get out of here. Ice latte, caramel swirls, you won't be disappointed. Listen, I and you and everyone else, we have to understand again, we want the best for this team. I just want to win. And looking at the long term, we've seen situations where Ben has been taken out because of his lack of an offensive game. And it's been 4 years now. And I absolutely love I am a Ben stan. That's what people have to see. We all love Ben. But again, if there's you have to hold your guys accountable. You want more. You want more. I'm not mad at all at Ben because of his play, but it's because I know he can be great. And if Ben is great, if he just starts to shoot, the way Joel Embiid is locked in and playing right now, and then you take Ben Simmons' play as well, and if he steps up, and then if you have these shooters, and going back, if you want to say that 2018 team didn't have a lot of space on the floor, how about 2017 when we had wing shooters? Even though they weren't the most consistent, Ben was still taken out of the equation by Brad Stevens, because that when you maximize the half court in the playoffs, it's going to get hard for Ben to do anything. When he drives, they're just going to collapse. And again, I'm not 100% confident that Danny's a streaky shooter. Is Seth going to be able to put up 29? I don't know. And that's just why, again, I'm not asking the guy to go out and be LeBron yet. He's 24. He's not even close to his prime. And if he just starts to develop it, man, His future is bright. If you're open, just take the shot. That is it. That's really all I got, man. I'm a Ben guy. People want to see more out of him, but I'm telling you, Daryl Morey is a high home run swinger. If Ben doesn't improve, based off the level of maturity and how every other guy around him has improved, if he doesn't even try to develop offensively, I don't think he's going to be here the rest of the year, because now is a time where, look, his value's going down a little bit because they're just seeing this guy being paid a lot of money to play defense and facilitate. And don't try to come on here acting like I'm hating on Ben. I want to see him be great, and I want to see this team be great. This isn't a must-win year, but this team has the potential right now. To this 2 to 3 year window, this team has the potential to be absolutely great over the next couple years. But our star is going to have to take that next step. I said it, maturity, maturity, maturity. Ben is a smart-ass player, but he's going to have to shoot the ball one way or the other. He can go throughout his career and just be a defense guy and facilitator and rebounder. But I don't know what team's going to want to continually pay that money for that when there's other options out there who can play point and facilitate, and they're much cheaper. And again, Ben is such a good defender. He could do this guy is an all-star based off of defense and passing. That's how good he is at it. We just want to see you be better. And me personally, I want to see this team be better. So if you made it to this point, thank you for listening to my thoughts and my open mind on this topic and conversation. I know a lot of people have been asking me about it. I pretty much one of the last Sixers guys to not put out a video completely bashing Ben Simmons. And this is not bashing Ben. This is just my thoughts on how this team reaches their peak. That's really what I got on this. So look, shout out to you guys. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Give me your full thoughts on Ben Simmons. I just want this team to be great. Overall, I want this team to be great. And I think Ben shooting the ball is one way that we continue to do that. I think that's how our stars lead this team. And if Ben can do that and Joe can play the way he is, this offensive scheme and this system is going to be literally unstoppable. Let me know your thoughts down below. Hit the like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
Perfect.